Greetings everyone, this is Elizabeth and today we're here with this small but super mighty beautiful release by Mr. Simon Hurley. We have 4 new Lunar paste colors and this really beautiful, fun, multi-versatile stencil set. It's got 5 pieces because they do count each stencil and the 3 little masks for the bigger houses here. Okay, and this one is called Winter Scene Maker. Just look at how cute this is and wait till you see how easy it is to put together a card. We're going to set that aside for a second. I'm going to go ahead and open one of these with you. We're going to start right here with cookie dough. Well, let's introduce them, right? I almost forgot that part. I just want to dive in and use them. This one here is cookie dough. And if you have the Simon Hurley ink line, you're going to have a corresponding ink pad to go with it. So there is the cookie dough. And it just... it's so shiny in there. You guys, wait till you see. Then we have Weeping Willow. It's our beautiful, rich, chocolatey color. Just, oh, I can't wait to open these, you guys. So we have the Weeping Willow. And then Grr, look at that. So lovely. And the Lunar paste goes so well, so well with the ink pads. I gotta grab out Shady because I keep that one in another spot. And then there's our Shady. It's not black, you guys. This may be right up there in my favorites because I love silvers and pewter colors and stuff. And this is almost like a gunmetal gray or a nice slate color. It's going to be beautiful, but this one is Shady. So we have the neutrals to go with all the beautiful colors. And what you're going to want to do is get your little craft knife. Okay, we're going to find a point right between the lid and the jar. We're going to put the blade up, stab in, and then rotate the jar. Once you've reached the other side, that pops right off. And then if you want to dispose of the bottom half, you can actually pull it down enough, but if you can't get it, sometimes they're a little extra sticky. You can, oh, I did actually snip that. Snip. Okay, much easier to remove it that way. So I'm gonna get these off. I'm gonna set up my stencil and we're gonna do some playing. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, here's the stencil. Now, yours is going to come nice and pristine. I've already had a little bit of a play with these just to kind of see how they worked. Now, this one, if you have one of those fun, lovely photopolymer stick mats, like in the stamp wheel or the waffle flowers, you're going to want to make sure your Simon Hurley stencils go down shiny side down, because if not, it'll peel this coating off, which is fine. It'll still work and be wonderful. And if you get it on your sticky mat, you just take it to the sink and it will wash right off. It won't ruin it at all. Just something to know. Okay, you do get the 3 medium-sized houses. You get a row of these cute little houses, and then these are for the house doors and windows for up in there. And then we have the mask and the little cutout for our trees. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And before we start with this, I do want to swatch. We want to swatch the colors. Oh, I'm so excited. We're going to do them in Shady, Weeping Willow, Grr, and Cookie Dough order. Okay, so we're going to get our palette, our big scraper. And if you are on the Ranger website, I know Ranger for sure, but Simon has a little palette kit. And you get 2 of these and a lovely little spatula to help you with your pasty fun. Oh, look at that. Oh my goodness. You guys, if you've followed me for a long time, you know I'm obsessed with the Lunar paste and the solar paste. The new solar paste line is just phenomenal. Oh wow, look at that. Look at all of that color in there. I swear I almost saw like a pink or a purple poke through there. It's probably from my dirty brush, but that's okay. So I've had, oh, look at that. I bought the Lunar paste the very first time it came out, and I still have some from the first release, which was what, 2-3 years ago. It seems it's been a while since the first release of like Bee Sting. Just look at that. And oh, here's another one. Now, packing and stuff, they look really full, but there is a little bit of bubbles in there, okay? They do last so long. You don't have to mix them when you first get them. They're ready to go. There is something magical about the consistency and the chemical makeup of this stuff. I'm telling you, you guys, you don't have to put plastic wrap in there. If you're not going to use it very often, definitely put your it keeps every time. It's like wow, just wow. Oh, packed. That one's packed, nice and airy. Woo! We're gonna put a little bit more of that one just because we can. Woo! You can put a little piece of saran wrap, press and seal to cover that, then put the lid on. Air is the enemy to this, okay? I have a really hot attic. It gets hot in the summer, cold in the winter, and my pastes are doing good. They're like little rock stars. But if you are working and you want to work it like a painting or something, scoop a little, put the lid back on, and work from your glass mat, okay? Or work from a little piece like this. Maybe get a piece of acetate or something that you can work from, and that way this isn't being exposed to air, because that's what's really going to dry it out fast. Now I'm going to take the end of my spatula. It's got kind of a little bevel here, so we're going to grab a hold of that. And I'm going to turn this so it's more comfortable for me. I'm going to I should have taped it down. Can we tape it down? Just because we're going to tape it down like so. Okay. And then I'm going to lay it kind of flat. Okay. And I'm going to press it and pull. Ooh. And I just picked all of that up, okay? And we went from a thick to a thin. Gosh, look at that. Ooh, I want to show you this too. So the thicker it is, the longer it's going to take to dry. The thinner it is, no filming edits or anything. This right here, because it's the thinnest part, is already dry, you guys. Isn't that lovely? Oh, it's so, ooh. This is going to be so pretty. Do a little mixing combo of these on some tree textures and stuff. And then we have all of this. So I'm going to push it flat and just get that off of there. You see that? Not a whole lot left. And then we have our little swatch. Look at that gray, that shady. Oh, you guys, it's gonna be so fun to use. Ugh, look at that. And then you can also blend colors, okay? So if you need a little something in between, okay, you can make your own concoctions. I'll get another finger here. Get that rolling in there, okay? And Lunar paste is more opaque, okay? It's gonna cover the black really well, okay? It's not very translucent until you get it a little bit thinner or you thin it out with water, okay? But you can create new. Wouldn't that just be so lovely on a tree? It's so beautiful. This like a old galvanized watering can color almost. It's just gorgeous. Now, I do not think this is wasteful. So if you're like, what are you going to do with that? You can keep it as a sample, put a little note, especially if you do color blending, you can keep yourself a little note that say cookie dough plus weeping willow makes this color, or cookie dough plus shady makes this color. And then you can make a little color swatching sampler with mixing your solar paste and your lunar paste. So yeah, you can even mix solar paste into your lunar paste. I haven't done it yet. I think they're dang near perfect sometimes just looking at them. But look, my fingers are already dry and it does wash off really easy. So I'm not even worried about that. And then this, I can put some leaves on there or little die cuts of anything really. So we're gonna swatch it really quick on the white. Oops, got a little something on there, so we'll go ahead and tape this down. Okay. Oh man, it's so fabulous. So we're gonna do, not gonna put as much not as much. So there's that, and I'm just wiping the residue off on a rag. Got a little goober in there, and that's all right. We just put him in the garbage. Get a little bit more of you. Okay, maybe not that much more. But putting the paste on a white versus a dark is going to change the, I don't know if I'm using the right word, either the hue or this, it changes it a little bit, okay? Look at that. And it will retain its form. So if you put it on with a lot of lumps and bumps, it's going to stay that way when it dries. And it sticks permanently to non-porous surface like this piece of paper. It'll stay on there permanently. If you try to use it as nail polish, it will peel. It'll peel right off your glass mat if you accidentally leave it to dry. Say like something comes up and you got to run and you don't get to it, it will peel right up. I'm going to go ahead and use the other side, and we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to come in, put it just above, put it down at a decent angle, and then drag that through. And you can get some really grungy looks. I mean, look at that. But see how opaque it is, and then the thinner it gets, it's more translucent. Ugh, that is just gorgeous. Like little swipes. So if we want to fill back in, we're going to take our colors and then we're going to just lay it flatter. We're going to give it a little wiggle, because why not, right? We're going to go up here. Just give it a little wiggle. Yeah, it didn't like the wiggle, so we unwiggled it. And you can work with it and blend it. Ugh. Give it some texture so you can really make fun backgrounds and stuff. Okay, I'm not digging that. There we go. There we go. And see, we can just blend that out and make some really fun, interesting. Oh, that's kind of creepy though, isn't it? Almost like a haunted scene. We could put a little haunted house down there or something. But yeah. Woo! And when it dries, it gets even more. So if it's impressive in the wet state, wait till it dries and it's gonna be, woo! I'm gonna clean up and I'll be right back. All right, we are back and I have pulled out my stamp wheel and my homemade stencil. You definitely don't need this if you don't want to, but I find it a little bit easier to clean up my mess afterwards with this little outline, and it allows me to put multiple card panels in the same exact place if I need to. So I'm just gonna line this up like I do. I just push that right in there. Oops. There we go. So the paper sticks to the mat just like so. And then we're going to get our castle. It is kind of like a castle, but we're going to get our tree line. Okay. Ooh, I didn't clean it very good from our last time. And I'm going to set it right about here, because I want some sky and I want a couple of layers of trees before I go and do my houses. Now, because I have this mat, my stencil's not going to stick, and I am okay with that. I'm just going to take a little bit of mint tape, just a teeny bit. I'm going to just put that just like so. Okay. And now we're gonna do some ink blending. Nice easy ink blending. Do I want to throw some purple in there? I'm feeling a little purpley. Let's throw a little purple in there. And what the purple's gonna do, it's gonna chill our sky, because maybe, you know, there's a temperature change going on and it's getting cooler out. So I'm gonna hit the corners really heavy. Okay, just like so. And ink blending right on the sticky mat, you guys, you'll get the same blend that you expect to get from a good quality mat. But like I said, I like my little my little dude. Oops, everything's falling on me. I like this for cleanup purposes. And then we're gonna go into the midnight snack, and that was Crown Me, that little bit of purple there. We're gonna go into midnight snack, okay? And we're just gonna go right over the top, okay? And we're gonna come down a little bit further, go right over that purple, and that purple's still gonna shine through. So it's not a waste of color or anything by any means. Gonna try and get this a little even blending. Look at that. My paper's not shit. I love this stamping wheel. That mat, you can buy just the mat too, you guys. You don't even have to buy the whole system. You can just buy that little stick mat, and everything just stays put. It's really amazing. Okay, so there's our nice dark, and say like the sun went down here, or maybe it's morning and the moon is going down, but it's still brightening up this little part here beyond the trees. So that's why we're gonna get a nice bright blue. Okay, and then we're just gonna come in and, oops, I said oops because I touched the paper before touching the stencil, and it kind of left my brush marks in there, and that's all right. And then we're gonna work our way right into that darkness. There's a little bit of a white spot right there, and we're just gonna work it good. Look at that. Are you ready? Are we ready to see our beautiful, look at that. Woo! Oops, I got a little crazy or something, but that's okay. We'll keep going because that'll get covered up. Okay, so now we're gonna switch directions. We're gonna move our little tape pieces down. Okay, we're gonna move our little tape pieces down so that we can use the cutouts. Come on, I keep moving it, my big old fingers. Okay, we're gonna do sometimes, there we go, perfect alignment. Sometimes it takes a little bit, no biggie, right? So I've got 2 shades of green. We've got a nice rich fake plant, which is a nice deep dark green, and then I've got some overzealous. Now the lighting is coming from behind the trees, so I'm not going to do any shading, but what I am going to do is the closer the trees get to the houses, the brighter they're going to get. So maybe the street lights are going to light them up. You can actually see their coloring because they're closer to us. So these are going to be dark to light, okay? And we're going to go all the way down. Even though we're going to put a row of houses in here, we're going to take the color all the way down, and I'll show you why. So we're going to start with our fake plant in our dark green. Okay, we're going to grab that, and we're going to make these super dark. So I'm loading up this brush, and then we're just going to get that in there. Look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, get those nice and juicy tree bits. Now we gotta go down, okay? And I'm not sure, maybe like an inch or so with the darkness. Oops, stay put. Okay, if this was stuck to the mat, it probably would not have moved. But we're gonna go down about an inch, okay? Like so, and then we're just gonna let that green get a little lighter, because remember, we're gonna do our lighter green at the bottom. So we're gonna lift that up. You see it squiggled a little, you guys. It's okay, it's okay. We have a little boo-boo. Now we're gonna put this in here. We're gonna shift it over left or right, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to shift that over, and then we're going to go in one more time with the dark green. Okay. And we're going to really fill those in. Fill them in even darker than before. Just going to be gorgeous. And again, bring it down. Okay. Now we're going to switch to our lighter green. Peel that. Oh, look at that. Isn't that just ooh, ooh, ooh. I think we'll put a little sentiment or something right there to hide that later, or we could put a little Santa in there. We can always hide that. We'll figure out something. So we're going to come down one more time like so. Okay, now I'm not going to clean my brush. Well, I'm going to switch brushes, but I'm not going to clean my stencil, okay? It's going to be just fine. We're just going to add in and make like our own shade of green. Okay. Our own shade of green here. Just get it nice and thick. Come down. Lift. Woo. got a little bit of buildup. That's okay. We're gonna just wipe that out of there, and we're gonna come down again. And if you're not happy with it, okay, I don't know. I'm not sure if, you know what? I'm not happy with that. Let's try, we're gonna put Overzealous away, and we're gonna try the other one, Latigator. We're gonna get our Latigator. And so we're just gonna line this back up. Like so. I'm gonna clean the brush a little bit, get some Latigator. Oh, that's better. I like that much better. Look at that. Woo! Okay, and then we're gonna do it one more time. We're gonna shift it that way. We're gonna have lots of trees in ours. And if you get a little wild with your brush, you can tape off your little doors and windows. I almost went through that one. And then we're gonna come down quite a ways. Okay. And I'll show you why. If you don't go down far enough, when you put your houses on, okay, this is covering a space. So when I lift this up, it's going to be white. So I need to make sure my green goes beyond these little pieces so that when I do my houses and lift this away, I won't have these white lines. I want it like the tree line is behind this 100%. So we're just gonna do this, and we're just gonna make it an even coverage. That way there, whatever we put over the top, it'll be even. So if we were to put, oh, look at that. Ooh. Oh, I like it. I got a little crazy with the ink right there. You guys, we'll get better the more we use it. We can even put a sentiment right there and call it good. Put some little snow on there. Ugh. So here's my houses, right? Now if I were to take a black and ink that in, okay, if I stopped the green right here and had this white, the black, even though it's black, you would see that separation. So if you're going to ink blend over, make sure you draw the background color all the way down, and then you can just go over the top of it. We are going to have fun though, because we are going to give these houses the Lunar paste treatment. I'm so excited, you guys. We're gonna just make silhouettes down here. We're gonna grab the beautiful shady, and we're gonna put that right in there. Now I am a little crazy with my paste, so I'm gonna go ahead and tape off my little circles right there. Okay. Oh, look at this. Then we're gonna grab this, and I'm gonna put it on with a spatula because I want it a little bit thick. Okay, you can make your paste last so long just by putting it on thinly. Okay, so every now and then you get a project that you want to do thick, you can absolutely do that. And this bad boy, ooh, it's gonna be thick. Ooh, I can't wait. Okay, and then I'm gonna keep going in the same direction. Okay, I'm gonna put it on and drag it down. Go right over my green. Ooh, so pretty. Oops, my mint tape. I'm gonna go up right there because the angle is kind of weird for me. There we go. Okay, just like that. Now, if you want it smooth, I could totally leave it like that, and we will have that texture when it dries. Okay, and it's going to be awesome. but I'm gonna very lightly pull the paste, okay? I just kind of want to, there's a little piece of this house right here. I don't want to go back in. If you go this way, stay going this way. If you pull your spatula up, continue to pull it up. If you pull it left, always pull it left, etc., etc. However you start, that's how you finish. Okay? And if it's not being as smooth as you like, or you get a little bit showing through, I've been playing with it a little bit too much. It's making my paper bulge up, because this is just regular paper. That's all right though. You might need more paste. Always use more, because you can scrape it off and put it right back in your container. Okay, just like that. So I can come here and scrape that off if I want and put it right back in here. Look at that. We're going to do a little cleanup with this, and I'm going to show you what I do with this. Say like we mixed it with some other colors and we can't put it back here, but we don't want to waste it. Okay, I'll show you what we're going to do. We're going to very carefully grab our stencil, okay, and we're just going to lift. Try not to shimmy, but we're just going to lift that. And then we're going to grab our pokey tool so that we can pop this right out of here. Look at that. Oh, look at that. No, I had a little miss, because like I said, I should have swiped it just the one time, you know, but I kept trying to get it smoother. Just look at that. So gorgeous. It's so gorgeous. I'm going to set that over there. I'm going to go ahead and grab this mat, my homemade stencil, okay? If you don't have a homemade stencil and you got this right on here, okay, all you're going to want to do, see I got a little bit there, get it wet, grab your rag, microfiber, okay, or run it under the sink, because you don't want a fuzzy rag to clean your mat. So my mat will be ready when it's dry for the next piece of paper. Okay, I'm going to grab a piece of black cardstock if I can get a hold of it. Okay, I'm going to mist this just like so. Then I'm going to take my black piece and drag it right off of there. Don't let it sit too long, okay, because it will glue. You can glue your paper to your surface there. Oh, look at that. And this is very grungy, very willy-nilly, okay, and this will come in great for just a normal background. And we're going to do the same thing to this. Just get it wet. And then just kind of get it on there. It's going to give it some neat little texture. Okay. So now I have this really interesting panel, which, you know what? This would make some really pretty bats. Cut some bats out of that. Or the moon. You can cut a moon shape out of that. Get that dark, grungy moon or something. Okay, now I'm going to clean up because there's not much left. And I'll be right back. I had a little play. You guys. So this is the card we made. I'm going to let it dry. Sometimes I make stuff and I'm not 100% happy with it. So I will probably put this in my journal and not make it a card to give away. I'll probably stamp something over that, like a little sleigh or something. But yeah, it's not my finest work. It's not my finest, but you get the gist of it. And I wanted to really show how beautiful the trees are, okay? So I did do another one. I did the colors in reverse. I put the dark ones down at the bottom and I did the light ones at the top. It was much easier to blend that way. So I think if I were to do this one again, I would, even though, you know, they're supposed to be lighter the closer they are, for blending purposes, we're going to do it in reverse. And I think I would put the houses up a little bit higher. You know, you could even do 2 rows of houses, like blend them in the back row and then put the paste on them so you get 2 rows of houses. I think that would be fun too. So there's that one. But again, those trees, you guys are gonna love them. Now this purpley one is solar paste, and the gold one, this is royal flush. The gold one is slippery when wet, lunar paste. And I added water to make it like a runny consistency to be able to splatter it. And I used big water drops and everything. I just went hog wild just to see what it would look like, and I actually like the big drips. So you can thin it out to make it a splatter effect. This is what we started with. Okay, the thin areas are definitely dry. This thicker bit is not dry, and we've been doing this, I played with these, so maybe about 50 minutes, give or take. Okay, but this is much thinner. This is all dry. I could die cut it. I could use it as a background and put some stuff on there, which I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this for like a bat and maybe some of the bigger houses from the stencil set. And again, there's our little stencil, winter. I plumb forgot. Okay, please hold. Winter scene builder. So our winter scene builder, beautiful, beautiful, with our 4 brand new neutral lunar paste. And I went and stenciled them through Simon Hurley's vases, just so you can get an idea that the neutrals are going to be, they're going to come in handy more than you think. Okay, if you have trees, like embossing folders and stuff that needs trees, shoes, metal items, maybe this, you want a metal jar for your flower, you stencil that in the vase, trim that out and tuck some flowers in there, or cut a little slit and tuck some flowers in there. You're going to have beautiful vases. Again, if you swipe in one motion, you're going to get a nice smooth finish. If you swipe and stop, so I started here at the bottom, swiped, swipe, 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 you're going to get texture. Wouldn't that be fun for like an acorn? Not an acorn, pine cone. So if you have a pine cone, you could scoop, 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 and make little pine cone textures. Beautiful. Okay, shady, weeping willow. This one is Gur. Okay, and if you get bubbles in it, you can smooth it out, or you can leave them. Maybe this is a mucky witch's potion or something, and it's got some stuff bubbling and a brewing in there. That is Gur. Now this one, cookie dough. When I stuck my finger in it, but cookie dough, okay, petals. You had a little bit of pink to this, and I think it's going to be a really pretty like petal color. Definitely like seashells. You could add some coral, a a little combo of orange and red and yellow to get like a coral color. I'm not sure what, there's another color I think you would add to coral. But anyways, you could get seashells. That would make a beautiful seashell just this way. You add a little bit of blue streaking in there and you get like abalone or something. And that is our cookie dough. So those neutrals are going to come in handy. If you're on the fence still about lunar paste and you're just not quite sure, grab the Lunar Paste Slippery When Wet. It's a gold, it's a beautiful yellow gold color, and it will accent any holiday card that you make beautifully. I promise you, you'll fall in love and then you'll need to get more. In which case, I'm sorry. But I hope you enjoy this little release as much as I do. Again, these are the vases from the Vases Stencil by Simon Hurley. That's an older stencil, okay, so you can definitely use what you have. And then we used the Winter Scene Builder to look at those. I might trim those out and put them on another card and do over on that. But you can use the trees all by themselves. Just look at that. And you can turn all of your pastes into splattery goodness. Until next time, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful crafty day. Keep a lookout on my Instagram. I think we're going to put a little spooky house on this. Until then, bye-bye, everyone.